It begins with books because I'm an English teacher at Eton College and a book lover and collector, and that's been my life for 20 years really. Most of my teaching has been done in this schoolroom, surrounded by books. Like any modern classroom, there's the internet and a projector and various other gadgets. But the technology I've really noticed having an impact is the smartphone. I've always made a thing of having a dictionary on a sort of lectern and reading out definitions. But now I find students use an instant dictionary function and they're beating me to it. A smartphone is a great tool for getting information quickly, but it's changing the way that young people read, and I think probably adults read as well. There's a greater instinct to scroll, to select, to interact with the screen. And you can say this is a disaster. You can say people are hopping all over the place and they're not reading properly, they're not engaging, they're not concentrating. Or you can say, hold on, this is a game changer. Everybody from now on is going to have a personal, portable, online computer in their pocket. And the potential for what you can do with that is extraordinary. And you can say, well, you know, phones are all about kids messaging their mates or whatever. But once you get past that, you realise that the smartphone could be an indispensable tool in schools, just as it is in the workplace. The old school model is a largely self-contained operation with its own facilities, manpower, fixed costs. In the workplace, there's a new flexible paradigm emerging, the network. And the network could be applied to schools, especially for older children, in the way they connect to wider resources, facilities, communities. But the network should definitely be applied in the way we teach. Every student can carry an encyclopedia, the complete works of Shakespeare, a calculator, a dictionary in his pocket. We need to harness the positive potential. The Scholar 6 argument is that education could become both better and more affordable if we can devise a tool which will do that. So I asked one of my own Eton students, a 16-year-old coder called William, to use his summer holiday to create the prototype for a teaching tool we're calling Bricks, Scholar Bricks. And he was helped by our CTO, Lindsay McVean, a founding figure at Coder Dojo. And they were helped by great teachers across the country in top schools, Eton, Dulwich, Wellington, state schools too, like Brockenhurst FE College. And the end result is what we call Bricks. We talk about students playing a brick, and while there are different levels of ability and different lengths and you get a score, they're not really games, they're investigations. They add a new angle or idea to something that you've been doing in a lesson. And the first thing you need to do is just choose the length of brick you want to play. The first stage to any brick is the brief and prep. You get a brief about what the title and the scope of the investigation is, and then you have a preparatory task. You may be given a couple of links to online sources. You go off, you study those, and then you press begin. Now you're at the sharp end of the brick. You're racing against the clock, against questions which come thick and fast. And these questions are testing not the preparatory phase, but your general understanding and reception of new ideas. We call this strategy tests that teach. And the aim is to prepare you for the next phase, where the subject specialist brings together all the ideas and arguments it contains into a sort of elegant, compact thesis. The live review allows you to go back and correct any mistakes you made in your investigation and score more points by doing so. A brick will never tell you what the correct answer is, but it will give you reveals or hints which nudge you that little bit closer. And the pedagogy here is that you learn more by correcting your own work. We call them bricks simply because they're built, they're created in their thousands by subject specialists, but also because we hope they build student confidence and understanding. A brick is a concept which pulls together a textbook, a lesson, a homework. It's a high-quality, coherent unit which marks itself. But of course, the aim here is not to replace the teacher. Excuse me? A brick is never going to replace the teacher. Bricks work best as a blended learning tool, which are chosen and set by the teacher, which the teacher tracks the student's progress on, and where the teacher can revisit tricky bricks in a lesson if necessary. Someone on our team said, "What we're trying to do is build brilliant minds. That's why we've chosen the name Brilder, and at the heart of the Brilder logo are 2 books. And this reflects the process. Bricks create a personalised library which you can go back to and play again or revise from. So we end where we started, with books." Schools of the future may not have physical libraries, but if they don't have reading, they won't be schools at all. The Scholar 6 vision is all about getting the best parts of education, reading and talking and thinking, across the chasm of technological change into the future. Brilda is simply a tool to help make that possible. And Scholar 6 is the new school environment we feel is necessary to integrate technology in an effective way across the whole curriculum. Thank you for listening.